Hello, everybody. It's the Big Three Box Network, where we're going to be silly and fun and wacky. Okay, Bugsy, you know we can't do the joke. I know, but still, I just kind of like it. It's just us being silly, and I like that. Well, anyways, guys, like we were really gonna have a forfeit and not Fourth of July event, a freaking April Fool's event, but before we could, because Melvin was gonna hijack our freaking videos from the studio, so we literally we bitch slapped him, gave him a swirly, gave him like 5 different Indian burns, and you're probably like, why don't you guys beat the shit out of him? Oh, we did, but we felt more comfortable giving him swirlies like we used to do when we were kids. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. But we used to like Melvin was a person that tried to kill us twice, and loves being an SJW, and he kind of tries to kill us all a lot. But he kind of went quiet for a bit, but then he tried to come back and try to get us all, and then me and the others, we basically just well, we basically whooped his ass, gave him swirlies, and said, "Oh boy, it's time." And we gave him the Big Bob, which he proceeded to, well, he's probably going to be back next year, and he's actually going to be able to stop us next time. Yeah, but we preempted his ass, so let's get on with the video, shall we, brother? Yes, brother. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's change our logo back to what it is. Skipping in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. You know what, man? I love that episode of SpongeBob. This is the first episode, and I still love it. Yeah, people look at SpongeBob and go like, "Oh my god, you're this old and you're still watching SpongeBob?" Yeah. Why do you motherfuckers care what other people watch or what they do on their YouTube videos? Like honestly, if you don't got like seriously, if you don't got any if you don't got any constructive anything to say about it, why are you talking about it? Like all you're gonna say, like, no, I had to be forced to grow. I had to be forced to grow and give up all the things that I like. And I say, anyway, you're watching Barney and you like an adult, yeah, but like if you're watching SpongeBob, which is not technically for kids, I mean, are you saying the later seasons they go out of their way to fucking just be as weird as possible? Ooh, but I can't. But me and Bugsy can't wait until we get Battle for Bikini Bottom because we're gonna be streaming that. We don't know how we're gonna get it with the you know what happening, but yeah, that's one of the things we want to get. Do 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 do. Okay, anyways, guys, let's get to the actual video. Like, actually, that was gonna be one of our April Fool's things where we just start to do a video and then it devolves into us just doing that. But yeah, we just couldn't do one this year, and with Melvin trying to crash into our studio, we had to handle it. But let's me, Bugsy Kuro, and also on Sock a lot of everlasting loving Maru. Talk to you. Uh, let's talk to you guys about Archie Sonic. Okay, now guys, we are going to talk about a hypothetical situation where we actually get to continue Archie comics. And we do kind of like in this hypothetical thing, we do kick Ian Flynn out for a lot of different reasons. Let's just say we stop the problem before it gets too worse. Let's just say we cut it off at the roots, is what we're trying to say. But, Bugsy, let's begin. Okay, so say like the big three box studios, right? Say if we had like, let's say if we had like an actual comic book division with actual people who could actually get stuff out on time, right? Like, say when Archie was like, "No, we don't want that Sonic anymore. We got that Riverdale. We got that fucking Riverdale that the teens will love, man." So say if we got Riverdale, right? I mean, not Riverdale, because that's another video for another day. But nah. But say we got the comics, right? And we got unfeathered use of the characters. Let's just say we worked something out with Kim Penders in this hypothetical thing where we can actually use his characters and he doesn't raise too much of a big stink about it. Bottom line is, we would try to basically, either make a new story or kind of get the Archie Sonic Online guys and make their stuff canon to further go along to what we're doing, or we make something original. Now, the original route, I would take various things from the IDW comic, right? But I would change some things. Like, I would make Starline into the actual big bad of the story. Eggman isn't really uh, technically doesn't have amnesia, but he has it. But he was pretending to have amnesia for a bit because really he starts to think like, I've been going after Sonic for all these years, and really, do I have anything to show for it? Anything at all? So he just decides to adopt being Mr. Tinker. See where that goes. Or he actually becomes like a college professor or something like that. Something where he can actually still be intelligent, right? But he's not using it for evil. In his own way, it'd be like him saying he wants to shape young minds instead of just ruling the world. Because what has that really gotten him over these years of chasing after Sonic? Nothing. Oh, the metal virus wouldn't be a thing because, like, legit, that's one of Ian Flynn's things. And like, if we were working with Sega, like in this hypothetical thing, I would literally say, no, we are not working with Mr. Flynn. And, fans would probably get a little pissed at that. I ain't gonna lie. They'd probably get very, very, very fucking pissed at that. But I would have Starline to be like this looming threat. But he's also working with the Zeddy. Like, he found the Zeddy. They want to get the Zeddy want to get Eggman because they want revenge, right? But Starline wants to kind of work with Eggman because, yeah, he's still an Eggman fanboy. But after seeing Eggman become a college professor, that all changes. The hero worship he had for Eggman, like, dissipates like that. He's like, you would stop your pursuit and taking over this world so you can be a college professor? Like, I mean, he still tries to feign like he doesn't have, like, Eggman still feigns like he has, or fakes that he has amnesia. But when they try to supposedly bring back his memories by shocking him, he actually summons Metal Sonic. And he goes like, "Oh, I know. This may not be what I want to do. This may not be what you think I should do. But honestly, after chasing Sonic for God knows how many years, I'm finally done with that pursuit. You're welcome to try. Have fun." Like he knocks Starlight out, but the Zeddy like ascend on him because they're still pissed off at Eggman for basically controlling him, for controlling them, getting controlled by him for a bit. They still want to beat the shit out of him. So I would say the the first arc would basically deal with Dr. Starline and the Zeddy and Eggman basically saying, because Sonic actually comes and says like, Doc, what are you planning? He's like, I'm planning nothing, Mister Hedgehog. So Eggman just fools Sonic into thinking that he has amnesia, but he literally goes to Sonic and he's like, Sonic, literally, I was tricking you, but I kind of like my new life now. So there's a new villain in there's a new doctor in town by the name Starline. But the thing is, he's working with the Zeddy. And Eggman for once is not tricking Sonic. He's not trying to do anything. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, why am I pushing out Eggman as the villain for now? I mean, I would push Eggman out as the villain for a minute, or at least for a few arcs. Maybe actually bring another Eggman from another universe in. Just saying. Yeah, there'd be and because I'm bringing in the Sonic multiverse, every bit of the Sonic multiverse would probably be, it'd probably culminate into a big old event with all different Sonics from all the universes that we know. So I'm saying we'd see a lot of the different versions of Sonic. Hell, we'll even see movie Sonic for a minute. But the other Robotniks slash Eggmen don't really like how the main Eggman is basically giving up his pursuits. And one Eggman who is a little bit more particular, but he isn't really Saiyan Robotnik. He is, I would put Robo Robotnik or some form of Robo Robotnik. And he'd be like, well, since you don't want to rule the world, we shall. And then, like, we get Eggman Nega, we get all the other different versions of Eggman. Probably not the Fleetway one, because the Fleetway one is suicidal. No one will. Like, they even make mention that they were actually planning to get him, but literally none of the other Eggman or Robotniks really want to fucking deal with him. They're like, shit, man. Like, shit, man, we want to rule the world. We don't want to destroy it and kill ourselves with it. So he goes. he we don't even invite him. Although I haven't really read Fleetway or Sonic the Comic Online, so I don't know where that Eggman is particularly. If I remember correctly, if I remember from Sonic the Comic Online, I think Eggman is still dead. Or something like that. But yeah, I would say like a big old crossover event, but the first arc would really just establish what we know, what these characters are. I would have Amy be a little bit more independent, but I wouldn't make her into a Sally clone completely. I mean, I'd make her independent in, the fact that she really doesn't need Sonic all the fucking time, but that crush she has is still in the back of her mind, but she's learning. She's Amy's kind of matured a little bit. And you guys are probably wondering why I did this. I don't know, man. I keep thinking about Sonic X and how Amy can't really even function without Sonic, and I know that's changed within the games, but yeah. I don't know if I'd really have it connected to the games per se. I would say the games have their own timeline, but this is kind of a divergent timeline from Forces. Like everything from the first few, everything from like half of the 3D era stuff for Sonic does still happen, but no squeezing in little games that really don't fit the timeline. But yeah, but mostly everything up to Forces still happens. But no Metal Virus. Um, hmm. And yeah, I would bring the Freedom Fighters in too. Now, you guys remember my little theory back way back when I was talking about Sonic Forces? Not the Eggman Sanity theory. Although that was like another way I would technically go. Then Eggman just loses his fucking mind. But they already kind of did that in Archie, and it's not about retreading old ground too much. But I would bring the Freedom Fighters back in, and I would kind of allude, that throwaway line where Rouge is like, "Let's do it to it," when she was on their little communication thing with Shadow, because we didn't know who Team Dark is working for. Are they working independently, or is someone, helping them out? Did they decide to work for a kind of branch of Gun or something different than Gun in Sonic's world? And slowly but surely, I'd bring the Freedom Fighters in. Like I'd start with Sally, and then I'd just slowly bring them all in. But it would be a gradual bringing them all in, and then kind of, going like, "Hey, you're Sonic," and maybe Sally having a tiny crush on him, or maybe just kind of like how they are in 10 where where they have this gradual attraction for each other, something like that. Um, you guys are probably wondering, okay, but what about the technical side of everything? I'd be like, and I would, but I bet you if like say like I kick in, like in this hypothetical situation, say if you're probably wondering, like, would I kick maybe all of IDW's rank staff if they were picked for this hypothetical comic? Oh hell yeah! Jonathan H. Gray, Tracy Yartley, Freaking Ian Flynn, they'd all get the axe. And I try to find new talent that actually want to tell good stories and don't want to do what Flynn did. And again, we'd pay off Penders. Don't like guys. I know, but I'd be like say like in this hypothetical situation, I had enough money to pay him off, so he'd be like it's not me buying the characters. It'd be kind of like me and him working out a deal, kind of like how Disney and Sony kind of have. Disney is able to use Spider-Man in their movies, so it'd be something. So it'd be something like that. so yeah. Um, the other arcs would probably we would talk about we'd probably I'd probably just do original stuff mostly. No retreads on other things. Maybe sequels to things that never got sequels. Um, Nothing. I would say no Sonic Riders. Probably a probably a pseudo Mobius 25 years later story, but mostly dealing with Shadow, and that'd be like its own little separate little self-contained story. Because I had this idea. Shadow's like in a capsule, and he gets reawoken by um a person that looks like Maria. I got this from the guy who I got this from the quote from the guy who actually created Shadow. You know, and basically he had that. I was like, what if that was an actual thing, like a supposed future for Shadow? Because I know how Marvel pushed out a few books called "This Is the End," where characters have like different kind of endings. Like Deadpool had like a whole bunch. Venom had one, and I think there's a whole bunch of other characters that have one. But like this would be Shadow's either kind of definitive ending for him, and probably a definitive ending for Sonic 2. Like for most of the characters, there'd be like separate books for that. I would keep Whisper. I don't know if I would keep Tangle. I'd be like really just. What would I really need Tangle for? We kind of got Sally. We kind of got Blaze. We have Amy. We have Rouge. I don't think we need any more other than Whisper. I'd take Whisper. Like Whisper is like the only good idea that I'd actually run with. And I would keep her story unchanged because I shit you not. I shit you not. Tangle, like the Tangle Whisper miniseries was good on the Whisper side of things, and I would so keep that. I would so keep that. But I wouldn't make the Octopus dude look like anything like Sonic.exe because unlike Ian, I wouldn't use a bunch of fan ideas. It's just even though I'm a fan dude who like uses ideas, I try to one thing I try to do is put more life and more emphasis in some of the characters I use, or more things you probably didn't think about. That's what I try to do, at least. So there's that. It's just I feel like if someone else was working on this IDW comic and actually had some fresh ideas, sure, a lot of people would probably hate it because they don't have Flynn, and Flynn's like their golden boy, even though he has done a shit ton of wrong. But that's just like this is just how I feel about it. And yeah, I dropped the character stuff like halfway through the video. But yeah, I just truly feel like it's not like if I had the comic and if like the Big Three Brothers Network was a legit studio with like legit stuff in it. I'm just saying like anybody who actually has fresh ideas for the Sonic franchise could actually pull this off. It really doesn't have to be me. But the thing about Ian Flynn is, well, we pretty much know. Anybody else who don't think that Ian Flynn didn't create the mandates and blah blah blah, well, that's your prerogative. But we already know. We already know how this man acts. This man acts really, 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 really kind of. When I really think about it, when I really think about everything Ian Flynn's done, he's kind of sketchy, only kind of wanting things to go his way in certain storylines. Kind of like Other M. But hey, that's how I feel about it. Any other Sonic Tubers that have a problem with what I have to say about that? You know which finger I'm holding up, right? Like if you're really like upset about what I had to say, you shouldn't. But if you are, dude, you really care about a guy who only has maybe like a few subscribers? I must I must really get under people's skin if that's really. And I'm just doing this preemptively just in case, like, I do. I probably won't get backlash for it. Hell, some people don't even know who I am. And the other half of the people who like watch my videos kind of use my comments as their own like you know chat room. But yeah, I think I just think, if anybody had like ideas like mine, or like at least different ideas to make, different ideas that don't really align with RNG, maybe I'll do a part two and actually explain what I would do with the Freedom Fighters. Because yeah, the way I bring them in is pretty cool. Some stuff I'm actually pulling from my own little fan thing, Sonic Freedom Fighters, because I'm changing that completely. So, kind of using a bunch of old ideas I had rattling off in the old Cabeza. But, yeah. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope I said that word right. Fuck, I probably didn't. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I know this is April Fool. I know it's April Fool's, but I just didn't have anything for April Fool's this year. There's not a lot to make jokes about with everything going on. It's looking pretty grim. So I just didn't have anything to really add. I'm sorry. I usually say, "Oh, I'm gonna do one next year," but usually something gets in the way. But that's life, kids. That's life, everybody. Stuff like what's going on right now usually gets in the way, and usually stuff for me usually gets in the way from stuff I want to do on this channel. But I decided, instead of just pranking you and being like, hey, I wanted to give you something that I actually been thinking about for a while. Do I still? And you guys are probably wondering, do I still don't like? Do I not like? Do I dislike Ian Flynn? Yeah. Do I? Am I? Do I really care what a bunch of Ian fans think that don't want to hear me out? Not really. Do I think? Do I think that some of you need to take off the rose-colored glasses and actually look at Ian as the person he is, and not the guy who made the Archie comics great for you guys? Yeah. But I'll see you later. Because I got other things to do, everybody. Actually, I'm gonna go do some Animal Crossing stuff in a minute. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.